To Couch Casual. Today we are going to be going over our NFL award predictions for the 2025-2026 season. We'll be doing every award from Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, the Offense Defensive Player of the Year, and even the new Pass Protector of the Year award. I'm gonna give a sleeper pick and my actual prediction for each award, just because I kind of want to show love to a guy who maybe doesn't have the highest odds that I think could surprise people and maybe finish closer to winning the award than some others think, but then also the main prediction and also have the odds too. I'll just say the odds for each player that I predict. But first award we're going to be going over is the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Now, the Offensive Rookie of the Year obviously is headlined by Cam Ward, Ashton Jeanty, even Travis Hunter, McMillan. A lot of top, obviously the top offensive rookies are going to be the favorites in this award. However, for my sleeper, and every sleeper, for the sleepers, I'm trying to avoid doing any of the top 5 favorites. So my sleeper offensive rookie of the year is going to be Caleb Johnson. He has plus 3,000 odds right now. These are all according to DraftKings. Caleb Johnson is my sleeper. I think he will take. I think there's a very good chance he takes over as RB1 in Pittsburgh, because what he did so well at Iowa is exactly what Pittsburgh runs. They're not necessarily known for having the best passing. I know they have Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, all those guys. But I think they're going to be a run team, and I think Caleb Johnson can cement himself as that number 1 running back, and I think he'll have a very good rookie year. However, again, low odds, and who knows if he actually will become RB1. And my actual pick for Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, is going to be Cam Ward at plus 350. He's the second highest odds to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. They tend to give it to quarterbacks a lot. I know Ashton Jeanty is right there, but I actually think Cam Ward is going to have a pretty decent rookie year. I think he has a good enough supporting cast around him where he actually can produce for a first overall pick. Because, the most recent first overall picks haven't done the best because they haven't been put in the best situation. But I do think Cam Ward actually has a decent situation around him. I think him and Calvin Ridley can be a nice duo. And I do think Cam Ward is going to have a good season and also produce a decent amount of wins, which I think helps when it comes to these Offensive Rookie of the Years. Now moving on to the Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'm trying to get to the odds here. So obviously, it's going to be the top picks on the defensive side of the ball. Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, Jalen Walker, Mike Green is 4th on the odds list, which is kind of crazy to me. Mason Graham, all those guys. I do think edge rushers tend to win this award more than not. So both of my picks are edge rushers. But my sleeper pick is going to be Shemar Stewart at plus 2,500. He got the whole contract dispute over with in Cincinnati. And I think there's a chance that that's really going to fuel his season, as he kind of got disrespected in the whole rookie contract negotiations. Trey Hendrickson might not be on the team. Now that might hurt him because, a lot of attention will obviously go to Hendrickson if he's on the field. But I like Shemar Stewart, and I think he could be a sleeper to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. But my actual pick is going to go to Abdul Carter. Favorite right now, clear favorite. He's at plus 225, while the next is Travis Hunter at plus 1,000. So Abdul Carter is the clear favorite. And I just think he's going to be so good in the NFL. I think he's going to translate super well in the NFL, unlike Shemar Stewart, who might not have guys taking attention away from him, especially if Hendrickson's not on the field. Abdul Carter has all the attention off of him with Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence, that he's probably going to get a lot of one-on-one opportunities, a lot of opportunities against not the best linemen on the team. And I think he's going to be able to take advantage of that, and I think he's going to have a very good year. And again, I think this tends to go to edge rushers a lot, Defensive Rookie of the Year. It was between him and Travis Hunter, but I just don't know how much Travis Hunter is going to play on defense. And again, I think Abdul Carr is going to have a very good rookie year. Now going on to the next award, Offensive Player of the Year. So this is normally reserved for the non-quarterback, the best non-quarterback. Because MVP is going to go to the quarterback, and then they just throw Offensive Player of the Year to someone else. Last year it was Saquon. He's still the favorite. You also got Jamar Chase, Jahmyr Gibbs, Derrick Henry, Jefferson, Bijan. For my sleeper pick, though, my sleeper for Offensive Rookie of the Year is Brian Thomas at plus 3,500. It was either going to be him or Malik Neighbors. Both have plus 3,500 odds to win. But I really like Brian Thomas. He now has a healthy Trevor Lawrence. They added Travis Hunter to take some attention away from him. They brought in De'Ami Brown as well. Liam Cohen's in there. I think they're gonna utilize Brian Thomas in a lot of different ways. Maybe even in like the screen game, which I think could be beneficial to his overall production. And he already had such a good rookie year. I don't see why, with the situation around him getting better in almost every way, he can't have an even better year too. Again, it's not the highest odds for him to win, but I really do like Brian Thomas. But my actual pick is going to go to Jahmyr Gibbs at plus 1,300. I didn't go with Saquon or Jamar, who are the clear favorites. He actually is at plus 1,000 now. Just got updated. I know he has a lot, you still got David Montgomery in that backfield, and the O-line did lose some pieces like Frank Ragnow and Kevin Zeitler, I'm pretty sure. But I think this is the year where Gibbs is going to be the true number one guy in Detroit. And instead of it being a 1A, 1B, I think he's going to get like 80% of the snaps or 70% of the carries, whatever. I think he's really going to take over that backfield this year. And I think he's going to have an insane, I think year 3 this is for Jahmyr Gibbs. I didn't want to go Saquon because I feel like it's just too good for him to do it. Oh no, Jamar Chase won it last year, I think, because he won Triple Crown. No, he didn't win Offensive Rookie. It went to Saquon. Jamar Chase won Triple Crown, but I went with Jahmyr Gibbs because I think he's going to finally cement himself as that RB1. Now moving on to Defensive Player of the Year. Another similar to Defensive Rookie of the Year, I feel like you tend to get your edge rushers. I mean, the top 8 players in odds right now are all edge rushers. Like Aiden Hutchinson, Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Crosby, Bosa, Will Anderson, Jared Verse. Those are your top 8 guys, and they're all edge rushers. So it does seem to be a very edge rusher-centric award. For my sleeper pick, I didn't want to go with an edge rusher because, again, they're always going to win it. And my sleeper Defensive Player of the Year is Kyle Hamilton. He has plus 5,000 odds. He is tied for the best odds out of any secondary player, tied with Quinyon Mitchell in PS2. I really like Kyle Hamilton this year because, one, I think the draft pick of Malachi Starks is going to help Kyle Hamilton a lot because Kyle Hamilton didn't really have the best safety alongside next to him last season. And he was kind of forced to play a lot of deep, like free safety type of play when his strength is up by the line of scrimmage, up close in the action, more of a strong safety linebacker type of role. And now bringing in a guy like Malachi Starks, who his strength is that free safety roaming, deep coverage type of play, Kyle Hamilton can now go back to what he's good at, and adding on top of bringing a guy like Jair Alexander, Nate Wiggins in his second year, I think the secondary around them is going to be much better. Because again, the secondary wasn't the best early on the year, but towards the end of the season, the Ravens secondary started playing a lot better. So I think with a better secondary, with him being in his natural role, and that's also going to mean more stats too, because the closer he is to the line of scrimmage, the more he plays a linebacker type role, the more tackle he's going to accumulate, and I think he's going to have better stats, which will also lead into having a better chance at winning Defensive Player of the Year. So that's my sleeper pick. But for my actual pick, I had to go with one of the edge rushers because they tend to get it up for the most part. I went with Micah Parsons. Now, who knows if he's going to... I mean, I don't think Micah Parsons will hold out. He's currently at plus 750. It was between him or Aiden Hutchinson, but I didn't want to go 2 Lions players for Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year because Aiden Hutchinson was on a insane start to the year before he got hurt. And I think he can replicate that. But again, I didn't want to go two Lions players. So I went Micah Parsons. A little bit of a risky pick just because of all the contract stuff going on. But if he gets traded to a new team, I could see him having an even better year than he would have if he played for Dallas this year. Because I think he just wants to play. I don't think he cares too much about the money at this point. He just wants to play. So I think if he's given the opportunity to play, he'll have another good year. We all know it was basically a toss-up between like the top 4 pass rushers. I went with Micah Parsons for my pick at Defensive Player of the Year. Now moving on to Comeback Player of the Year. Some of the guys headlining this, you got Dak Prescott, Aiden Hutchinson, McCaffrey, Trevor Lawrence, J.J. McCarthy. But the sleeper pick for me, I went with Tua Tagovailoa at plus 3,500 odds. Now, I'm not fully confident that Tua can get back and this Dolphins offense can get back to what they were a year or two ago. But if they can, Tua's going to have a very good year. I feel like this award tends to go 2 quarterbacks, maybe, I don't know. But I think if Tua throws for 4,000 plus yards, 30 plus touchdowns, I could easily see him winning Comeback Player of the Year, especially if the Dolphins can make the playoffs. So he's my sleeper pick, but who I actually have as my real Comeback Player of the Year, if they also go back to what we normally see from them, at least in the regular season, it's going to be really hard to not have him win it, and that's Dak Prescott. He's plus 275, tied with Aiden Hutchinson as the favorite to win this award. I just have a hard... If Dak Prescott and the Cowboys... If he leads the Cowboys to win the NFC East, they're going to give him the award. He's on the Cowboys. He's a big name. And if they play well, they're going to just give him the award. So that's why I picked Dak as my Comeback Player of the Year. I really have a hard time seeing anyone else win it, but I wouldn't be surprised if a guy like Tua walked away with the award. Now moving on to the new award this season, Pass Protector of the Year. Now, this is a really hard award to predict. You got some of the guys like Jordan Mailata, Lane Johnson, Penei Sewell are some of the top guys. But for my sleeper pick, I'm surprised he wasn't as high in the odds when I initially looked it up. But that's Tristan Wirfs at plus 3,000. He's still one of the best tackles in the league. I don't think he's going to get it because I think, honestly, it's just going to go to a really good tackle on a really good team. And I do think the Bucs could be a good team this year. It's kind of hard to explain why. Another guy I wanted to maybe pick was Zach Tom, Packers lineman who just got big extension. It's going to be tackles that they're going to give this award to 95% of the time. So I went with Tristan Wirfs as my sleeper pick, but my actual pick for Pass Protector of the Year is Lane Johnson at plus 750. It was basically between him, Sewell, or Mailata. I went with Lane Johnson because I feel like he's been robbed of this award so many times because Penei Sewell's just recently in the league, Jordan Mailata just recently in the league. Lane Johnson's been so good for so long that I feel like there's a chance they might just give him the award just because he hasn't been able to get it, and it's the first year it's been an award. So I feel like, because he would have had a bunch by now if this award's been existing. So I feel like they're just going to give it to him for the first year because Penei Sewell and Jordan Mailata are going to have plenty of opportunities to win this award. So that's why my pick is Lane Johnson. And obviously, he's one of the best tackles in football, and the Eagles have one of the best O-lines in the league. So that's why I went Lane Johnson. Now, Coach of the Year. Coach of the Year is basically given to the coach that does the best with least or does the best with comparing to last year. Some of the favorites, you got Mike Vrabel coming over to New England. A lot of new coaches too. Ben Johnson, Liam Cohen are the top 3 guys. But then you also got Jonathan Gannon, Dave Canales, Aaron Glenn. But my sleeper pick, because again, it has to be a team that does well, that also wasn't the best the year before. Now, they can still be pretty decent. I feel like a team has to be, they can't have not more than 9 wins. I feel like as soon as you get 9 wins, then you are already pretty good. So any team with 8 or less wins could win Coach of the Year. So my sleeper pick is Raheem Morris at plus 3,000 odds. Falcons last year won 8 games. If they were to win 12 or 13 games, I don't know how high the chances of that is, but if they can win 12, 13, or even 11 games, where Vrabel and the Patriots or the Bears or the Jags don't win a ton of games, so you can't really give them the award, I feel like if Raheem Morris can lead the Falcons to double-digit plus wins, he might be in the running for this award. But I think one of the obvious picks, it's Ben Johnson is my pick at plus 700. I mean, if the Bears go from what we saw from them last year to another team that can get double-digit wins, it'll be hard to not give it to Ben Johnson. I feel like him and Vrabel they are the two favorites for a reason. I feel like it's going to be hard for either one of them to not win it because they were both, the Patriots were one of the worst teams in the league, so they can get double-digit wins. I think Vrabel's a lock to win it. But I think I trust the Bears to get like 11 or 12 wins more than the Patriots to get like 9 or 10. So that's why I went with Ben Johnson as my Coach of the Year pick. Now the final award, the MVP. Very controversial last year between Lamar and Josh Allen, who are the two favorites. But you also got Joe Burrow, Mahomes, and then Jaden Daniels. Those are the 5 quote-unquote favorites probably because everyone else has... Because the next best guy is Jalen Hurts, who has plus 1,700. So the only guys that actually have decent odds are those 5. But for the sleeper, because we want to go down for the sleeper, I didn't go too far down because honestly it's hard because you have to be on a good team, right? You have to be one of the best teams in the league to win MVP. So it's kind of hard to see a guy like Caleb Williams or Kyler Murray or Matthew Stafford, Bo Nix winning it because I just don't see them being some of the best teams in the league. So my sleeper for MVP isn't as low of an odds as all the other awards, but I went with CJ Stroud at plus 2,500. It was between him or Justin Herbert, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans managed to win because they've won, I think, 10 games the last 2 years. I wouldn't be surprised if they can get 12, 13 wins. I feel like they're in one of the worst divisions in the league, although I do like the Jags and the Colts and the Titans. There's not a lot of competition. I think they can get the wins. Nico Collins is back. The defense is really good, which is going to just help them win games. Again, I don't think Stroud's going to win MVP, but he's my quote-unquote sleeper pick. And my actual pick for MVP is Patrick Mahomes. I know this seems like it may not happen just because he didn't have the best year last year, but I didn't want to go Lamar or Josh Allen. And I think Mahomes is going to have a very good bounce-back year. The offense is a lot healthier. The O-line should be getting better. People are sleeping on Mahomes because they think he's fallen off. And I feel like that Super Bowl loss, because when he lost the Super Bowl before, he came back and had himself a pretty good season, if I'm not mistaken. And now he's coming off another Super Bowl loss, very similar to the Super Bowl loss he had to Tampa Bay in 2020. Because in that 2021 season, he threw for 4,800 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 13 interceptions following the Super Bowl loss. And now he's following another blowout Super Bowl loss. I think this is the best offense he's had around him since Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. So I wouldn't be surprised if Mahomes comes out on a revenge tour type season and has a very good year. But again, if Joe Burrow, Lamar, or Josh Allen were to win it, wouldn't be surprised. My pick is going to be Patrick Mahomes. And that will conclude our NFL season awards for 2025-2026 season. There's not really any other awards to go over. So I just went over the big ones. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. And let me know in the comment section down below your picks for some of these awards. Who do you think is going to win Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Year, MVP, Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year? Let me know. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.